Welcome to Bookshortz, the place where powerful stories come to life in just minutes. Today, we've got an epic sci-fi adventure that blends hard science with heart-stopping emotion and a friendship that spans galaxies. We're diving into Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, the best-selling author of The Martian. And trust me, this story will blow your mind. If you love gripping book summaries that leave you wanting more, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a moment of the action. Now buckle up, because this isn't just a mission to save Earth. It's a one-way trip across the stars where the fate of two worlds rests on the shoulders of one unlikely hero. Let's get into it. Sure, here's a 1,500-plus word summary of Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, written in an engaging and story-driven style, perfect for a YouTube video. Imagine waking up alone in a spaceship with no memory of who you are or how you got there. You're surrounded by high-tech equipment floating in zero gravity, and your only companions are two corpses. You don't even know your own name. That's how Project Hail Mary begins, with a man alone in the dark, clinging to life and completely unaware that he's humanity's last hope for survival. This man is Ryland Grace, a former molecular biologist turned junior high science teacher who never asked to be a hero. But as his memory slowly returns in pieces, he realizes that he's been sent on a mission more critical than anything imaginable. Earth is dying, the sun is dimming, and an interstellar threat called astrophage is consuming the sun's energy at a rate that could wipe out all life on the planet in just a few decades. The world's greatest minds had no solution, but a miracle presented itself. A small star, called Tau Ceti, isn't being affected. That anomaly becomes the key. If Tau Ceti is immune to astrophage, then it might hold the answer to saving Earth. And so begins Project Hail Mary, a desperate one-way journey to another solar system over 12 light-years away. A mission with no guarantee of return, no certainty of success, but the highest stakes imaginable. Ryland wasn't supposed to be the one on board. The original crew died in transit, victims of a hibernation system that failed. By the time Ryland wakes up, it's already too late to turn back. He has to carry out the mission alone. At first, he's terrified. He's a teacher, not a savior. But the world had drafted him because he was one of the few who understood astrophage, a microscopic organism that thrives on solar energy and can store massive amounts of it. As Ryland explores the ship, he slowly pieces together fragments of his memory. Flashbacks reveal how the world united to build the Hail Mary spacecraft. They abandoned borders, overcame politics, and pooled resources in an unprecedented act of global cooperation. Ryland had initially resisted involvement, having left academia years ago after clashing with the scientific community over controversial research. But when his old colleague, Ava Strat, a no-nonsense leader with full global authority, recruited him, he had no choice. The mission needed his mind. He agreed to help design it. What he didn't realize at the time was that Strat had other plans. She made him the backup crew member, and when the rest died, he was the only one left to save Earth. The real turning point in Ryland's journey comes not from technology or science, but from something completely unexpected. Visitor. As he orbits around Tau Ceti, scanning for signs of a solution, another spaceship appears, and it's not human. Ryland makes contact with an alien named Rocky, a brilliant and practical engineer from a planet called Arid. Rocky's species, the Iridians, are also being threatened by astrophage. Their sun is dimming too, and they've come to Tau Ceti for the same reason, to find out why this star is immune. What follows is one of the most heartwarming and exciting friendships in science fiction. Despite their vast biological differences, Rocky lives in an atmosphere of ammonia and breathes nitrogen while Ryland breathes oxygen. They find a way to communicate, first using musical tones, then developing a shared language based on mathematics and logic. Rocky isn't just a curiosity, he's a lifeline. The two form a tight bond, working together to solve the mystery of Tau Ceti and save both of their worlds. As they dive into research, they discover that the key lies in a microscopic predator that naturally feeds on astrophage, a life form native to one of Tau Ceti's planets. It's called Taumoeba. This tiny organism can destroy astrophage, and if they can find a way to harness it, they can save their sons. But it's not that simple. Talmuba is fragile and hard to keep alive. It adapts quickly but can also die just as fast. Ryland and Rocky face setback after setback, with Talmuba dying under Earth-like and arid-like conditions. They engineer new strains. They run endless experiments. They fail repeatedly, but they refuse to give up. And with each trial, Ryland learns more about Rocky's world, culture, and way of thinking. He also learns more about himself, his courage, his fears, and his deep need for connection. Rocky becomes more than an ally. He becomes family. Two species who should never have met, let alone trusted each other, come together in a shared mission of survival. Eventually, through persistence and collaboration, they create a strain of Talmuba that can live in both Earth and arid environments. They've done it. They've found the cure. Now comes the hardest part, getting it home. Ryland faces a moral dilemma. He has just enough fuel to return to Earth, but Rocky's ship is damaged. If Ryland leaves, Rocky dies, and so does his entire planet. If Ryland stays to help, he'll never see Earth again. He'll never know if his planet survives. He'll be lost in space forever. But Ryland doesn't hesitate. He chooses friendship. He chooses loyalty. He chooses to save Rocky. Using his own ship's fuel and supplies, he repairs the Iridian vessel and ensures Rocky has what he needs to complete the mission. And in doing so, Ryland strands himself in a solar system light years from home. What happens next is both heartbreaking and beautiful. Months later, Ryland wakes up on Arid. Rocky has saved his life in return. The Iridians have made a place for him, a habitat that mimics Earth conditions. Ryland is a hero. Earth has been saved. So has Arid. The Talmuba was delivered. The suns are recovering. Civilization will go on, but Ryland can never return. He spends his days teaching young Iridians, sharing knowledge, exploring science, and living among friends who look nothing like him but understand him better than most humans ever did. It's a peaceful life, a meaningful one. And though he often dreams of Earth, of oceans and blue skies and human voices, he knows he made the right choice. Project Hail Mary is more than a science fiction adventure. It's a story about hope, sacrifice, and the unbreakable bonds that can form between the unlikeliest of allies. It's a celebration of science, of curiosity, and of the human spirit's relentless drive to solve the impossible. Andy Weir, Best, known for The Martian, delivers another brilliant blend of hard science and emotional storytelling. He doesn't shy away from complex theories or intricate details. Instead, he invites readers to dive deep into astrophysics, biology, and engineering. With a protagonist who makes every problem feel like a puzzle worth solving, Ryland Grace is funny, vulnerable, and fiercely intelligent, a man thrown into extraordinary circumstances who rises to meet them with grit and heart. What makes this story so compelling isn't just the high-stakes mission or the clever twists. It's the genuine connection between two beings from different worlds. It's the reminder that cooperation and compassion can transcend language, biology, and even the vastness of space. In a world that often feels divided, Project Hail Mary dares to imagine what's possible when we work together. So if you're looking for a story that will make you think, make you laugh, and maybe even make you cry, Project Hail Mary is the journey you didn't know you needed. It's one man's mission to save the world, one alien's trust in a stranger, and one unforgettable tale of friendship that lights up even the darkest corners of the universe. If you want to listen full, audiobook for free, link in description.